Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a pick a card reading to see what new money opportunities and new money making gifts or skills will be awakening for you after the upcoming eclipse. This is a timeless reading, so anytime you find this video is exactly when you need to hear this message because these gifts, skills, or opportunities will be available to you at any point after the eclipse. As we dive into this reading together, remember that you are the creator of your reality. So, as always, take what you need from these readings, take what resonates, and leave what doesn't. Find your own truths, clarity, and alignment in these readings, whatever that looks like for you. And if you are new here, then welcome. My name is Taylor Eaton, and I am the author of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, which is one of the decks that I have here for you to pick from today. Pre-order is open for the deck, so if you want to reserve your own copy for use in abundance and money readings, the link to pre-order the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck is available in the description and pinned comment below. And once you do pre-order, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I'm giving away for free to anyone who pre-orders. The link to get access to that is also in the description and pinned comment below. Now, a quick note before we dive into picking your deck. I do not currently offer private readings outside of the Wealth Vibe membership, so please do not be scammed by anyone in the comments or on other social media platforms pretending to be me, because I will never ever message you and ask you to pay me for a reading. So if you do want to join the Wealth Vibe membership so that you can purchase a private reading with me, or just to get access to all of the amazing resources and community you need to manifest the wealth you desire, then I would love to get to connect with you in there. The link for the membership is also in the description and pinned comment. Now let's run through the decks and their crystals so that you can pick your deck. So we have deck 1, which we have Desert Rose Crystal for. We have deck 2, which we have Green Aventurine. We have deck 3 with our Chrysoprase, and we have deck 4 with our Clear Quartz. We will be incorporating multiple decks into each of the readings, and I will make sure to list all of the decks used in this reading in the description below. You can absolutely watch more than one of the readings if more than one deck is calling to you. That just means that there is guidance for you in each of those readings. So go ahead if you need to and pause the video now, take however long you need to choose, and then click the timestamps below in the description to jump to whichever deck or decks you are called to, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, deck number 1. This is your reading to uncover what money opportunities are opening up for you after we move through this incredibly powerful energy of the upcoming total solar eclipse. I am also feeling a strong pull to read on any new money-making gifts or skills that might be activated within you or awakened within you during the eclipse. So this will be a really interesting reading, and anytime that you watch this reading is exactly when you're meant to find it and step into these opportunities and gifts. So we will start shuffling. I don't know about you, but I am personally super excited for the eclipse energy. To me, I always kind of thrive with eclipse and retrograde energies quite a bit, but to me eclipses are always such a portal to new opportunities and chapters. Plus right now I've been quantum leaping into more abundance each day as part of, there's some cards for you, as part of a challenge that we are doing inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. So I'm just like pairing quantum leaps with the eclipse energy is just so powerful, and I can't wait to see all the wins myself and the members in the challenge have as we quantum leap through the eclipse. So if you want to come join us for that, definitely do so. The link for the Wealth Vibe membership is in the description and pinned comment below, but let's see what cards. We just had 4 cards pop out for you. So let's see what those were. All right, so we have Anunnaki light codes. We have, which I mean, perfect, energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle, right? Like eclipses, and everyone has their own interpretation of eclipses and different astrological events. I always love the interpretation of eclipses being like, you know, revealing things that are hidden, bringing things to close, opportunities for us to look at things that are ready to be resolved and released as we step into, like I said, a portal into a new chapter, a new timeline, a new era, especially when it comes to money or career of abundance. And so we just have this energetic shift that you're about to make. We have this new information, end of a cycle. We have angelic frequency, angels are here. You are safe, potent connection. We also have Sirius Star, move our crystal out of the way. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through, and the divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences. Ooh, deck 1. This really is like, this eclipse is really a portal. I keep saying this word for you. It's like, it's really true. It's such a portal. And I'm getting that, a kind of like a calling you've had. So a nudge, an intuitive nudge, an idea, something you've wanted to pursue around money, around career, is like the portal's opening up to it for you with this eclipse. And you might have been moving toward it, seeing some momentum, or maybe being a little bit too afraid to jump into it. But with this eclipse, all of that's starting to shift more and more rapidly, right? The universe is saying this eclipse is going to help you see how it's time to leap into this new thing that you've wanted to do, or this new level of whatever it is that you already do, especially around making money. So this part of the reading where we're talking about what opportunities around money are coming up for you. And really what I'm seeing is like, this is, again, portal, and I'm even seeing a portal here with our divine matrix. You are, yes, proceed, be seen. Like, all of these cards are just so pushing toward you moving through the next little bit of life here, this portal, this eclipse energy, and coming out the other side of it kind of ready and empowered to actually take action on whatever it is that's been nudging at you, tugging at you. And if there hasn't been something that's been nudging or tugging at you intuitively, something new or different or deeper that you want to do with your career or whatever it is you do to call in wealth, then something's going to start to appear. But the universe is saying there's been some hesitation. There might still be some hesitation on the other side of this portal that opens up on when you come through the eclipse, and you're like, okay, you're probably going to have some more clarity. You're going to have some more drive, some more motivation to actually leap into doing what it is that you feel really called to do, that your soul's been tugging you toward for the last few months or years. This eclipse is the time where it's like you're going to start to feel more of that momentum, that drive to do it. But there might still be that fear like, is it safe to leap? Is it safe to dive into it? Is it safe for me to really let myself pursue this thing, or to speak up and ask for this promotion, or to apply for that job, or to suggest that I have this new, role or responsibility at work to my employer? I just saw 222 for you, some beautiful confirmation. Oh my gosh, and I saw it again. So that is, okay. So if there's been something you've been thinking of asking for from your employer, from your audience in your career, right? Like anything like that, like the universe is saying, yes, ask for it. This is the time, and you are protected. This is the time to do it. You are so protected by source. So during the eclipse, or especially after the eclipse, anytime you're watching this, this is that sign. This is that nudge from the universe being like, now's the time. This is whatever energies have need to be cleared and come to a close have come to a close. You're in a new cycle, a new energy, a new chapter of life where you're much more connected to source. You're much more connected to your intuition, your inner guidance. That's all kind of going to be coming through more and more through the eclipse. And so after the eclipse, with you being more and more connected to your inner guidance, more and more connected to your guides, to source, to God, whatever you want to call it, that's like that extra oomph you needed to take action. And you are so aligned. The universe is saying, no matter what you leap into, I'll catch you if you fall, right? If you think you're falling, you will be caught if you trust me to catch you, right? So it's not saying that, things are going to guaranteed to just work out magically and perfectly, but you are guaranteed that, like, no matter what happens, you're going to come out of whatever leap you take after this eclipse into, a new job, new responsibility, new role. You're going to come out like ahead is what I keep getting. Even if things don't play out exactly how you think they will, as you kind of take these big steps out of your comfort zone around career, around money, like no matter what you're divinely directed, you're divinely led, you are supported. So this is a time after the eclipse where if you are willing to push through some of those fears and those doubts you have and actually take action on like that big scary action, the big uncomfortable action, even if you don't take the whole action, you start taking baby steps toward it. As long as you start moving toward it and stepping through that portal of the eclipse, of this portal into your next chapter of life, oh my goodness, you are going to, like, the rewards are going to be astronomical is what I'm getting, because the universe wants you to take this leap. It's pushing you to take this leap. And so what you're going to need to push through, right, is pushing through your own fears. And that's probably a lot of what the eclipse is going to bring to light to you, is some of your fears that you have that have maybe been holding you back consciously or subconsciously from what you desire. So this is something that the universe is saying during the eclipse, or whenever you watch this after it. Sit down and just ask, reflect on, like, what am I afraid of having happen if I take this leap, if I take action on this thing that I know I really want to do, or I want to explore, or this thing that I know is for me, or this thing that I'd love to have happen in my career or with my money. Like, if I were to take that leap, what am I afraid of having happen? And it could be fears of failure. It could also be fears of success. The universe is saying, no matter what, I've got you. I've got you either way, deck one. Whether you take a leap and you fail and it doesn't play out how you thought, like, there's something even better waiting on the other side of that. And if you take the leap and it goes great, but then there's all the other kind of responsibilities or things that come along with the success and with this quantum leap and up level, guess what? I got you there too. You can handle it. I'll help you handle it, right? Like, you are supported. Your angels are here, right? You are safe. We are connected. This, I'm really seeing for you, deck one, that this eclipse is going to be a portal into so much more connectivity. I know I was already saying this, but it's coming through again. Connectivity to your own inner guidance, your higher self, to the universe. It's more of this spiritual connection, spiritual realm connection, right? This could really, we'll see when we get into what gifts are coming up in a little bit for you. In our awakening, we might see kind of, like, there might be some spiritual gifts awakening that help you call in more money. But truly, I'm seeing overall for you, this eclipse, you're going to, on the other side of it, you're going to notice that a deeper level of connection with your inner guidance, your higher self, with the universe is available to you, and that you're kind of a little bit more tapped in than you've been before. Even if you were already tuned into the universe and your guides and everything, you're even more so now, right? Like, there's an up level that's happening for you during the eclipse, and that primes you and puts you in the perfect position to take this leap into whatever that big thing is that you're excited to be jumping into, that you've been wanting to jump into, and you've just been kind of working up the courage or overcoming the stories that say you can't do it for a while now. And now it's like time to go. It's time to leap. And by the way, if that's what you want support with, we're quantum leaping right now inside the Wealthify membership. So come leap into your most abundant timeline. Come leap into what it is that you desire, and be supported with us there too. If that calls to you, that link is below. All right, let's see what else we have. We have our soul wealth card. We have bountiful blessings. That is absolutely perfect. I'll tell you why in just a moment. I want to get another card from our wealthy woman deck here. Prosperous. Wow. Okay. Really beautiful cards. Deck one. So this is, as I'm reading these, the way that they're coming out for me for your spread here is this journey through the eclipse, right? Like, this is before the eclipse, this is during the eclipse, and after the eclipse. So what I'm seeing where you've been for a while is on a journey of, remember how I just said you've, like, been doing some of this work that now you're primed to, you've been kind of maybe working through some fears, or you've seen some fears holding you back, or you've been kind of like thinking about doing something new or different or deeper, with your money-making activities. The universe is saying, that's where you've been, right? And you've been you've been kind of preparing yourself or trying to talk yourself up to taking that leap. You've been kind of reminding yourself of how worthy you are and how capable you are of creating what you desire. And there might still be a little bit more work to do there, deck one. But that's kind of the cycle, right? The energetic cycle that you've been in has been this, could be a little bit of healing. There might have been some healing involved for you. I also see for a lot of you, it was just kind of remembering your power, remembering with your power as the creator of your reality, your power, like your inner power, your power to shift your mind, your perspective, right, around money and career. So you've been doing this, and there might be more of that you can kind of continue doing. But you've done a great job, the universe is saying, of moving out of a situation where you were feeling very desperate for money or success or for validation, maybe even. And you're starting to move out of that, and this eclipse is kind of bringing that cycle to an end. And so you're kind of stepping into this next chapter on the other side of this eclipse as just like the most embodied, empowered version of yourself, especially when it comes to your career or finances. And so that's kind of where you've been, and what you've been deepening into is that sense of deep value in yourself, that knowing your power and your worth. and what you're deserving of and capable of. I see that you've probably left some situation behind or have started to take steps to leave some situation behind that hasn't been serving you around money and it was maybe making you feel disconnected from your power. So know that if that resonates for you, the universe is just like saying, well done, like you're getting a round of applause. It's like, well done, because that's allowed you now to, during the eclipse, it's opening up this portal to prosperous overflow, to a new energetic cycle of prosperous overflow, right? And this card over here, our Bountiful Blessings card, is what I see for you after the eclipse, right? After this portal kind of closes, you come through the other side of it. You've moved, it's like everything's lining up for you, right? We were saying you're so connected, you're so tapped in, you're so supported, divinely supported. God incidences, synchronicities, right? Like these cards over here where this card came out is like these bountiful blessings. This card in the Wealthy Woman deck, when I channeled it and wrote it, means that like all the abundance you desire, like it's been lined up for you. Like as you were doing this work, the universe was lining up all this abundance, and now this portal is opening where you get to move through it with this eclipse and step into this era where there's all these bountiful blessings ahead for you. I'm seeing like a path lit up with like lanterns, with lights, like this path that's being laid out in front of you, paved in front of you with glowing light, like it's illuminated for you with all the blessings you desire. That's what you're stepping into. And it's like, but guess what? It's a path. So you have to walk down it, right? It's not that the blessings are all going to just fall into your lap after the eclipse. I mean, might feel like it because they're going to come in such like synchronistic ways. But the opportunities you want for money, like the big opportunity that's opening up through this portal, this eclipse deck one, they're all things that it's like the universe, again, because I was saying you got to take that leap. It's like this card specifically says, you just have to take that first step. You have to take that step. Maybe another one, but then the universe comes in to support you and the kind of, it's lined everything up for you. The universe with this card specifically saying, I've lined everything up for you. And after the eclipse, it's time for you to start walking down the path toward it. But I can line it up all day and line it up as perfectly as I can. But if you don't take the step, I can't deliver it to you. You got to meet me part way, right? That's what the universe is saying. So I'm getting the guidance to kind of just gently invite you after the eclipse to look for ways that you can just start taking one step after another, putting one foot in front of the other toward the big thing you want, toward the newer, deeper thing, the next level you want in your career or business or finances, right? Like whether it's schedule, starting to research it. Like for example, if you want to ask for that raise and that's the big thing that you've just been like, I know I need to ask for a raise or I need to negotiate my salary, then start researching, like even just researching what other people make in your position or what the range is or what's even possible for you. Start making a list of all the reasons why you're worthy of this or why the company would benefit from paying you this money, right? Like start prepping what you're saying, maybe even schedule the meeting to talk to your manager or your boss, have the meeting, like just take one foot in front of the other once this eclipse has come to a close, because that's what you're stepping into next, right? Everything's lined up. Push through the fear. Push through the doubts. Know that no matter what, things will work out for you, whether it's the way you envision them working or not, right? The universe has got something. It's saying, I've got something really big in store for you. Really exciting deck one, but you have to take the leap. You have to put one foot in front of the other, step down the path, walk down the path. Everything's lined up. So freaking cool. So cool. Deck one. All right. I want to see if there's any money-making gifts, whether spiritual or just new skills that are going to be emerging for you that will help you to take action on this opportunity, this kind of big leap that you're being invited to step into that's going to lead one way or another to a wealthy desire, right? So let's see if there's anything else. Any gifts, break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. I might pull a handful of cards here just to get the clarity we are looking for. Starseed, what lights you up? Of course, of course. I'm going to pull some more from our other deck too because I want a full picture here. Oops, bumping the crystal. I want a full picture for you. Deck one of, shuffle this way. I want a full picture. Any gifts? Because I see some here. I want to see Okay, beautiful. What I'm seeing here is that when we're talking about, right, gifts, spiritual or skills that are going to kind of develop within you and awaken within you from this eclipse to help aid you in this kind of big jump you're making into your next level of abundance. What I'm seeing here is you're going to have more and more. These might be things I'm going to, that some of these are already things that exist within you, but they're going to be heightened or else they're completely new for you, right? So keep that in mind. So what I'm seeing here is for these two cards, especially with them coming out in, placed next to each other, break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future, and then relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. I am seeing that you have some gifts or skills emerging or deepening that are all about helping people, quite literally could be breaking ancestral patterns or healing them, but just in general, like healing people and helping people hold the duality of themselves, the light and the dark, and being able to I'm seeing like helping people break the grasp that they maybe the dark has on them. And when I say the dark, I mean the duality of ourselves, of our souls, of our minds, right? This isn't necessarily like a good and evil type of thing. This is more of, I see you being able to help people rewire themselves. I see you being able to help people be able to take back their power. We said power a lot earlier. Being able to take back their power from past circumstances or habits or thoughts or beliefs, and being able to take their power back and accept those shadow parts of themselves, but then also be able to move forward into what they desire, into what lights them up, right? This Starseed card, what lights you up, an inspiration. You are going to be able, by doing what lights you up, by going on this journey, you're going to be able to start to foster more skills naturally that are going to inspire others to do what lights them up. They're going to see you following your passion, following your nudges, your inner guidance, being so tapped into the universe that's going to inspire others to do the same. And I wouldn't be surprised if people start coming to you, whether people in business, in life, personally, right? But start coming to you and saying like, how did you do that? I want to do something else. I want to do my own big thing, but I've been afraid to do it, right? Like you're going to be such an inspiration to others, and you're also going to have more skills emerging that are going to help people to break the chain of the fear that you felt holding you back for however long it's been holding you back from taking this big leap that you're about to embark on, right? Like you're going to be able to see how you can help others do that. You're going to have such a new skill or deeper skill or new modality, new way of helping people break the hold that fear has on them, and help them take their power back from having given it away to that fearful part of themselves and the stories they have. So, this could be in some ways, it could be quite literally like maybe you do some coaching work, consulting work with people. I also could see you even just having these skills that, and getting paid for that, but I also see you having these skills that you start to put into use if you, let's say you're in the corporate world, you're doing some sort of consulting or working with your team or other parts of your company, and you start to help them think bigger and dream bigger and let go of old, like softwares or processes that they're using that are no longer serving them, and they've just been too afraid to move away from because, it's the unknown. You're going to inspire so many people by taking this big leap, and you're going to learn so much from taking this leap into this next thing you really feel called to do. And that you're going to learn so much from that and have skills awaken alongside that those lessons you learned, you're going to be able to tell other people, this is how you get over those fears. This is how you move into something bigger and better. And you're going to be an inspiration for that. And you're going to be able to help walk people through that. So that's incredibly valuable and really, really powerful, really beautiful, truly, that you're going to inspire others by doing what lights you up and following your inspiration, but then also help people do the same for themselves, whether as a, kind of just because they're watching you do it, but again, I see you either directly helping people overcome their fears. Maybe you get more and more into mindset work or create new modalities to help people rewire their mindset or their beliefs or their inner dialogue or their habits. Or maybe you, like I said, help your company overcome kind of a hurdle that's been holding them back because they've been afraid of progress or evolving or things like that. So helping people to evolve past the fears that they have, or companies, right? And I can see you being compensated for this, but it also then adds into what your leap is. Like, it's all cyclical. It's all feeding into itself. So that's really cool. And that's what I see being available for you on the other side of this this eclipse. So really beautiful. I'm just looking at the wealthy woman cards again that we had here for you because they're such fun. Like soul wealth, prosperous overflow, bountiful blessings. Like these cards, like they're just so expansive and so just, I love to see this when we're talking about like what are you stepping into as you're moving through this portal, right? So that is so cool. Deck 1, oh my goodness. All right, Deck 1, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I love getting to hear your thoughts on these. I try to read as many of the comments as I can, and they truly give me a lot of inspiration and motivation to keep inspiration, right? And motivation to keep doing these videos and have new topics to share with you. And you are, of course, if you're not already, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. And if you want to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so that you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, be sure to do so at the link in the description and pinned comment below. And after you do, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I've created as a thank you for pre-ordering or for writing a review if you already have a copy of the deck. And of course, if you want to come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership so that you can get access to all the resources, support, and community you need to more easily manifest the wealth you desire into your life, including coming and quantum leaping with us if you come join us this month for our current challenge, then I would love to get to connect with you in there. The link for the membership is also below as well. So with all of that being said, I am wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, deck number 2. This is your reading to uncover what money opportunities are opening up for you after we move through this incredibly powerful energy of the upcoming total solar eclipse. I am also feeling a very strong pull to read on any new money-making gifts or skills that might be activated within you or awaken within you during the eclipse. So this will be a really interesting reading. And anytime that you watch this video is exactly when you're meant to find it and step into these opportunities and or gifts that are available to you after the eclipse. So we're going to dive right in. We're going to start shuffling. I told deck 1, I was like, I'm super excited for the eclipse. I personally love and like kind of thrive off of retrograde and eclipse energies and things like that. To me, there's always such a portal of new opportunities and new chapters with an eclipse. Plus right now I've been quantum leaping into my wealthiest timeline each day as part of the challenge that we're doing in the Wealth Vibe membership. So I'm just like, oh, like I'm so excited to pair quantum leaping with the eclipse because it's just such potent, powerful energy and powerful combo. I really can't wait to see all the wins myself and the members in the membership have as we quantum leap through the eclipse, because there's already been a lot of big wins in the challenge so far, so I can't wait to see what comes up for us. So if you want to come join us, if you're watching this in April for quantum leaping through the eclipse and through this month, you are welcome to do so at the link in the description below. All right, we have some cards for you from our Wealthy Woman Oracle deck. Okay, beautiful. Yep, there we go. Okay. Really beautiful cards. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Okay, deck 2. Here's the first thing that I'm seeing. Like this, so much is grabbing my eyes. We're going to go through all these cards in just a moment here, but ooh, I'm like so excited. I'm so excited about this artisan card in this placement where it felt intuitively right to place it for you. Because what I'm seeing, like the big opportunity, we're just going to go right off the bat with like the big opportunity that's going to be opening up for you with this eclipse energy is an opportunity to be compensated for something for like your creative endeavors. So if you already are being compensated for your creative endeavors, maybe you're already like an artist and you're getting paid for it, or a writer, or whatever creative means to you, right? If you already feel like you're being compensated for it, there's an opportunity for there to be more of that coming your way after the eclipse, like a huge up level with it, like a promotion, a big, I'm seeing for those of you who already are being creatively compensated, like a boost in your visibility that's just going to take you to the next level. Like, oh, I'm getting like goosebumps thinking about it. Like it just feels so good with this guidance coming through, but there's something with creativity, with self-expression, whatever you're doing. If you're doing something already and being compensated for your self-expression and creativity, it's just going to go to the next level. This is like a portal to it for you with this eclipse. if you're not already, I see a lot of you who are not already being compensated for their creative endeavors. That's about to change. With the eclipse, you're going to have opportunities to be compensated for things that feel like creative outlets to you. So again, if you've always enjoyed painting or drawing or graphic design or writing or dance or whatever it is to you that makes you feel creative, that could even be like coding. It could be, it could be like home organization, right? Like, or video making. Like, it doesn't have to be the arts specifically. It can also just be anything that inspires creativity within you, right? I'm just seeing so much opportunity, and I see for a lot of you multiple opportunities. Like, it might start with friends or family being like, hey, could you paint a mural in my home? Or, like if you're a painter and they know that, and I'll pay you $20 for it or $100 for it or $500 for it, right? Like, I see opportunities like that, but then I also see more like professional opportunities as well if you choose to take them. The universe is saying you don't have to take all of them. It's just the ones that feel aligned to you, but there's just going to be like all these opportunities for abundance coming through creative endeavors for you, or like at the next level of it for you if you've already been being compensated for your creative actions. So that's really exciting to see. First off, getting paid for like kind of what you love to do, really. And that's the dream, right? Now, the way that you're going to, I'm kind of almost reading these in reverse order of how I would typically do it, but this just caught my eye so clearly, and it's so exciting. How you're going to be able to do this is that through the eclipse, a lot of the old blocks you've had are going to start to dissolve. Like, you're going to like go through this kind of, I'm seeing like cellular shift, right? Like cellular healing, cellular shift, cellular upgrades from the eclipse. You're going to, this is like really in like the portal of the eclipse is like, I see you just stepping into being the wealthiest version of you in this new era. Like, eclipse is the gateway to it in a lot of ways. It's marking the end of some old stories, which we're going to get to here. But you're going to start to feel things start to shift within you. There could even be like physical healing, but I'm getting like so much healing, especially of your old limitations of how you thought you had to make money. Like, you're going to start to see new opportunities and start to see things differently around making money, especially if we're talking about like creative endeavors, right? You'll just have a perspective shift, a really profound shift. I see that there might be some sort of really spiritual experience that happens for you right around or after the eclipse, or right around the time that you're watching this or shortly after. And some sort of experience that like I don't want to say it shakes you to your core, it more awakens you to your core. Whoa, that's cool. Dude, that just came through. I was like, wow. Sometimes as I say words, like I'm channeling here, right? And sometimes as I say things, I'm like, that's like a genius soundbite, and I just like, it just comes through because we're channeling here. But it's like, you're not going to be shaken to your core by this eclipse. You're going to be awakened to your core by this eclipse. And that's going to just like, there's going to be something that happens that just completely changes your perspective. I see this as being some sort of life event. It could be something that happens with people close to you, or it might just be like something just kind of clicks into place and the pin drops, and like all of a sudden a switch flips in your head and you're like, whoa, everything I've maybe been studying or working toward or working on healing for the last while now, it's finally, I get it now. I get it. I just saw 444 for you. Some beautiful confirmation. It's like something's going to happen that you're going to have this big internal like paradigm shift of how you see the world. It's bigger than money. You're going to start to see the world very differently. And in the light of this paradigm shift that happens as the causative probably of event in most of your lives, like some sort of external event. You're going to start to see money differently. You're going to start to see everything differently around you. You're going to start to, I get it, like you're going to start to understand the machinations, the mechanics of the universe more. Wow, really cool. Deck 2. And this might be something that kind of happens and you don't even, no, you're going to know it happens. You're going to very much know. And those blocks, those things that used to limit you in the way you saw the world are no more. And you start to find so much strength and willingness and courage to start stepping more fully into your creative endeavors or taking them to the next level and finding ways that they're either interwoven in what you already do to make money or just completely go and monetize those things on their own, right? And it's just like, I feel this huge expansion. Look at these cards over here, this huge expansion, especially in the heart center. So much is opening up for you. Deck 2. This is so cool. Okay, so talking about what you're leaving behind. I'm getting that you've been up until this eclipse, up until this moment when you're seeing this video, you've been in a cycle of kind of looking for answers outside yourself. Also a cycle of kind of trying a lot of different things and trying to find something that sticks. And it's interesting because as you move through the eclipse, it's going to be like all of a sudden whatever you do just works, right? Like, because you now know what to do. You have so much more clarity. You can see what's going to work. You have foresight. This might also be a spiritual gift that's awakening for you. I was going to wait till we got some of our other cards to see what those were. But I do see that there might be this gift of foresight opening it for you, or maybe a little bit of clairvoyancy even. But you're going to have a knack for being able to like more clearly see the potential of your own ideas for making money. Whoa, really cool deck too. So before, where you maybe were looking all around and maybe like constantly looking for others, whether it's like YouTube videos like this or gurus or coaches or other people around you to tell you how to make your money or how you could get to where you want to be financially or success-wise. You've been like kind of looking at different things, trying different strategies, applying for different jobs. Just kind of, I get the sense of like you've just been throwing spaghetti at the wall for a while and trying to get something to stick. And as this eclipse happens and you kind of go through the powerful energy of it, it's going to start to transform you almost on a cellular level. You're going to have some sort of shift that allows you to see that it's not actually, whoa, deck 2, the messages. You're going to hear this now and you're going to realize it deeper after this reading. It's going to sink in and you're going to start to see it more and more, especially if you're watching this right before the eclipse, after the eclipse. What you're going to start to understand is that it's never actually ever been a matter of finding the right thing that works for you. It's that you have needed to learn to tune into what truly feels aligned for you, right? Like anything, and I say this all the time, I've said this because I've been doing this work for almost 6 years now of helping people manifest more money as a business consultant and in the spiritual world. And I tell people all the time, I say, you can monetize almost anything. You can make money doing almost anything, but it's just what's aligned for you. Like almost any strategy in business can work. You can make almost any strategy work, but what's aligned for you? Because you have your own unique gifts. You have your own unique desires. You have things that feel good to you and things that don't feel good to you. And what feels good to you or comes easily to you may not feel good to someone else or come easily to them. So because you've been looking around and trying to find all the right answers from other people or outside of yourself, you haven't found the answer that's right for you. Any of those things could have worked that you've tried, like the careers, the jobs you've applied for, the strategies in your business. Any of those things could have worked, but they weren't the path of least resistance for you, and they weren't the most aligned for you to get to where you want to go. So the universe is saying you're kind of starting to see the end. You might already be experiencing the end or have seen the end of a cycle where you were really, in a way, giving your power away to external validation from others, to external guidance or strategies or tips from others or expectations of others. But you're coming to the end of that cycle if you're not there already, and you're no longer going to feel like this frantic energy, if you've been feeling frantic energy, to like try to figure out how to make the money or what do I need to do, or always trying to find the next thing. It's like, instead you're going to realize it was never about finding the right answer outside of you. It was just tuning into what you knew was aligned within you all along, right? And so that's what you're going to find here as you have your big paradigm shift, as you see the way you look at the world transform. But yeah, the big thing here is really just, it's like all of this is leading to multiple opportunities where you are going to be given the chance to find different ways or take people up on offers where you get to monetize creative outlets of yours. And so we'd love to see that, right? All right, let's pull some more cards. I want to get any more guidance on these opportunities that might be coming for you, or if there's any other opportunities coming for you after this eclipse. Deacon longing for hope, belonging, the original light workers. Boundaries, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, past lives. Okay, so this is some more guidance on how you get to unlock this ability to be compensated for whatever truly lights you up, for your passions, your creative endeavors, whatever that is for you. The universe is saying that you're going to there's going to be after the eclipse, and maybe during the eclipse and after the eclipse, you're going to start to see things, again, in a different light through whatever paradigm, spiritual awakening, shifting thing you have happening, right? You're going to start to see things in a different light, and you're going to realize that certain things need to fall away in order for you to be able to truly see and seize on and accept and make profitable the opportunities you have coming to you for being paid for what you truly love to do, or in an increasing amount for what you love to do. There's going to be things you have to let go of, right? So like leaving behind things that no longer serve you. Some of this is leaving behind, like the kind of looking outside yourself for what no longer serves you. But a lot more of it is releasing old stories, releasing people even who are not going to be supportive of you in this endeavor. And when we say releasing people, it might be cutting all ties with them. It might also just be not, keeping them in the loop about this sort of stuff until it's underway so they can't talk you out of it, right? But there's just some stuff that's going to have to be released. And it might, I don't want to say it's a heavy energy. I get the sense that it's more just kind of it's not a good feeling process a lot of the time, right? When we have to let people go. Sometimes it is, because sometimes it's a relief. And for some of you, this letting go of things or people or even places, I see some of you maybe even moving to places where this is more of a reality for you and there's more opportunity for you to be compensated for your creative or passions. I am seeing that, for some of you, that'll feel like a relief, but for many of you watching this pile, you will feel more like it's kind of like growing pains, right? Like you'll realize you have outgrown certain situations, patterns, people, or places, and there needs to be some release of that. So just know that this doesn't have to be like soul wrenching. It doesn't have to be heartbreaking. I'm getting more that it's just kind of like, you're like, these are the last little things I got to tidy up, the loose ends I need to tie off in order to be able to fully, come over here where there's all these opportunities for getting compensated in the way I want to be compensated, and being able to act on them without someone else or other things, without feeling held back really by them. So that's just something to be looking for and to be mindful of and to be gentle with yourself around as you kind of go through that process. The universe is saying, it's not going to even be a question in your mind. So I'm getting, if you need to release someone, if you're thinking about it after the eclipse and you're like, I know I gotta release some stuff. Is this it? It's you'll know. There's not going to be a question in your mind if someone or something needs to be released from your life or just kind of moved back a step from your life, especially around your finances or career. You will know, and it'll almost be like you can't ignore it because of your perception shift, because of your cellular upgrade, because of the way you've profoundly shifted during the eclipse, right? So that and whatever event happens that creates this kind of shift within you. So it's you'll know, and it just is something where the universe is this message is just meant as confirmation, to give yourself permission to let go of people without feeling guilty about it, right? There's no need for guilt around it. It's actually for everyone's highest good when you release people who aren't aligned with you or situations that aren't aligned with you. It's there's no guilt that's needed because it's for their highest good too, even if they don't see it right away. I am pulling cards right now for what money-making gifts or skills are popping up for you or awakening within you that might assist in you seizing on these creative opportunities that are coming your way, these opportunities to be compensated for your creativity. Pulling some cards to see what spiritual or gifts or money-making skills are going to help you to do that. And I want to grab just a couple more cards to get a clear picture here. Let's see if any other come forward for you. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that card from this deck. Okay. All right, so what I am seeing here with these gifts, these are cool gifts. They're very multifaceted that are opening up for you with this eclipse. You are going to find that as you start to embark more on getting compensated for your creativity or for your passions, you're going to find new skills that you'll naturally learn along this journey of embarking on these opportunities, right? Whenever we go on a new journey, especially a new way of making money, a new career, something that takes a lot of our time and energy and requires that of us, we often will shift quite a bit in that process, right? And then when we shift, we learn new things, we learn new skills, but also on a spiritual level, new natural gifts are going to awaken for you as well, which will aid you in this and help you call in more money. So what I'm seeing is that right, we have so much healing, right? We already talked about healing earlier, and there's more healing here, but this is, again, these cards are for the gifts that are awakening within you, not things that are happening for you or around you. So when we're talking about gifts, like I see a lot of the creative work you're going to do, it's going to teach you in some way different ways to heal. Like you will probably find even more healing on different matters through the creative work that you do. It could be around your money mindset, your money mentality, but it also could be just around like other areas of life where this creative outlet is a method of healing for you. And you're going to be able to start to share this healing with others, like the actual work you do that you're being compensated for with these new opportunities, whether it's painting or coding or whatever it is that feels like creative expression for you. That stuff, and again, maybe you're doing this as a side hustle. Eventually it can absolutely turn into your full-time income if that's what you desire. But what you're going to find is as you start to heal through it, you're going to find that your work itself heals others in ways that you don't even predict happening, right? But like, I'm sure you've watched a movie that kind of healed part of you, or read a book that helped you heal, or listened to a song over and over when you're going through something difficult and that helped you move through it and process it. It's like your work will do that for others. So that's incredibly beautiful. And that's part of why people will want to pay you so much, is that there's this healing quality to your work, whatever that is, to your creative endeavors. But then also, like, you are going to be able to help people not just heal through your work, but also by, like I could see you also learning modalities for healing through your work and then applying those on their own without the creative work attached to it. That is an option for you. But I also see that in healing others with your work, right? Like you have this heightened ability to heal yourself and heal others through your creative work. You're going to help people kind of get more in touch with who they desire to become and listen to their own emotions. I see maybe your intuition or your empathy being heightened or developed at this time. Some of you, I'm getting the guidance, some of you already have very heightened empathy and intuitive gifts. And so if that's you, like, these could go deeper, but that doesn't mean they have to. But for many of you watching this deck, you are going to find a heightened level of, as you heal, right, through your own creative work, you're going to be able to tune in more into what others feel, and tuning more into what others truly want for themselves and help them. You're gonna understand that you're gonna have more of a connection with others and be able to tune into others more and what others need in order to heal. So truly become such a beautiful healer through this process, whether you actually end up doing healing work in and of itself and being paid for that, or more so, again, your creative work is going to help others heal and start to get more in touch with who they desire to be. And you'll find that also over time, I'm seeing that your creative endeavors, you'll get paid more and more for them because you'll more and more tune into your new, deeper levels of empathy and intuition and create very intuitively, create very empathetically. And you'll see like this beautiful journey and transformation of your creative work over the months and years to come. If you choose to go down this path of being paid for your creative endeavors, you're going to find it morph and take you on a journey of your own healing and become much more of an intuitive and empathic experience for you to create. And you'll find yourself at first creating what you want or need, and over time, for your own healing, for your own desires, for what feels aligned to you, your own intuitive nudges, then over time you're going to find yourself more and more creating for what you know and can feel other people need in order to heal. And the more you just lean into that, as that naturally progresses, the more and more money and abundance and opportunities get to come your way. But that's a truly beautiful gift to be able to create from your heart, create from your soul, be compensated for it, and know that it is truly helping people and making a beautiful impact on the world. Because that's what I see you stepping into more, and what is available as an opportunity for you after this upcoming eclipse. Deck 2. All right, deck 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I love getting to hear your thoughts on these. You are, of course, welcome to, if you're not already, to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. If you want to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so that you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, be sure to do so at the link in the description and pinned comment below. After you do pre-order, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I've recorded and am giving away for free as a thank you for pre-ordering or for writing a review of the deck if you already have a copy of it. And if you want to come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership so you can get access to all the resources, support, and community you need to more easily manifest the wealth you desire into your life, then I would love to get to connect with you there, to quantum leap through the eclipse in there if you want to come join us for that, and just throughout this month. But yes, the link for the membership is below as well. So with all of that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, deck number 3. This is your reading to uncover what money opportunities are opening up to you after we move through this incredibly powerful energy of the upcoming total solar eclipse. I also am feeling a strong pull to read on any new money-making gifts or skills that might be activated within you or awaken within you during the eclipse. So this will be a very interesting reading. And anytime that you watch this video is exactly when you're meant to find it and step into these opportunities and gifts. So let's dive right in. We're going to start shuffling. I was telling the other decks that I'm super excited personally for the eclipse energy. I always kind of thrive off of eclipse and retrograde energies. So to me, eclipses are always such a powerful portal to new opportunities and new chapters. And right now I've been quantum leaping every day into my wealthiest timeline because it's part of the challenge we're doing inside the Wealth Vibe membership right now. And so I can't wait to pair quantum leaps with like this momentum of quantum leaps I've got going on with the eclipse energy. It's going to be so powerful. Just say yes. And I can't wait to see all the wins me and the members in the challenge have as we quantum leap through the eclipse, because there's already been some great wins, and I just know this is going to heighten it into even more. So if you want to come join us for that, you want to quantum leap your way through the eclipse into more abundance, or you just want to come join us inside the membership to just quantum leap throughout this month, or really up your money manifestation game in months to come, you are welcome to do so. The link for that is below. So we've got a bunch of cards that came out for you. We, of course, have our Yes card, Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Ooh, what is coming up for you? Let's see what these other cards say. I'm pulling right now for your money opportunity, right? So just to see what opportunities are coming for you around money. This is really interesting. We have right here, it says cellular, things are changing at a cellular level. That was a lot of what I talked about at the beginning of deck 2. So if deck 2 called to you, go check it out. You don't have to. This will be a very different reading, but that might resonate if you were kind of torn between the two. Okay. All right. So what's really exciting about the cards that have come out for you thus far, deck 3, is that as we look at the eclipse, I'm looking, you know, kind of here's what we're moving from. Here's the eclipse energy and transformation, and here are the opportunities that are coming for you on the other side of the eclipse for money and career. So what I'm seeing you move toward, let's start with the actual eclipse energy, because this is what's really interesting about these cards here that are representing our eclipse energy for you. We have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes, and we have Yes, just say yes. This eclipse is like, it's the marker of the beginning of you fulfilling something that your soul came here to fulfill, right? And when we're talking about it in terms of money and career, I'm getting that there's going to be some sort of big, I guess upheaval is the word that keeps coming to mind. So we'll just say there's some big upheaval that's about to happen in your life around this time of the eclipse, or around the time you're viewing this video and shortly thereafter. There's some sort of upheaval that happens. When we hear the word upheaval, it can have like a negative connotation. For some of you, it might feel like it's like, oh, I'm getting like Tower card energy, you know, in tarot. So it's like things are kind of crumbling and falling all down all around you to make way for something better. For some of you, it'll just be like kind of like a natural progression, a natural up-level transformation. But for most of you, it's going to be something that kind of like, it feels like things are so shaken up, that things are being so shaken up that it feels a little chaotic, right? Like I get the sense that like the aftermath for you after the eclipse or after you watch this video is there's going to be a period, I'm getting like 7 to 8 days or maybe a few weeks of it's going to feel a little chaotic. And the universe wants you to know this ahead of time because it's saying like, right, we have here the ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay. So the universe wants you to know, and the reason you're hearing this video is there's no coincidences, there's no mistakes, right? Like the reason you're hearing this message is because what's about to happen in your life, it's going to be completely transformative. It's going to shift you on a deep cellular level. You've been shifting on a deep cellular level. You've been training for this event that's about to happen. It's like a momentous event in your life. It's about to happen, or a momentous series of events, right? I get the sense it's like a lot of areas of your life are going to feel like they're maybe falling apart, maybe crumbling, or just massively shifting at a really rapid rate. And it can feel overwhelming. The universe is like, this is all happening for you and you're going to be okay. And you're going to come out ahead on the other side of it. Like it's going to be actually fantastic. This is a blessing for you. And the universe kind of wants you to know that and hold on to that and maybe even find ways to see the blessings in all of the kind of upheaval and chaos that you're about to go through because it really is all happening for your highest good. The universe is like, I don't want you to be afraid of it. I want you to be empowered through it, right? The universe is saying, I want you to be empowered through all these changes you're about to go through. Oftentimes, right, and I've been doing this work for 6 years almost now, of helping people manifest more abundance into their lives with money mindset, business consulting, or like I've done a whole bunch of this stuff around money for a long time. And what I always tell people is oftentimes when I've had clients where it feels like their life is falling apart or things are just shifting so fast that it's like their head feels like it's spinning, which is a lot of what I feel like it'll be for you all. That some things are shifting in a good way, but it's so much and it's overwhelming, right? Or some things are shifting in ways that you didn't really want or didn't plan on. And it's like you have to calibrate to that very quickly. Whenever there's massive shift at a fast pace, I always say, I'm like, it's because you're changing. This is a sign that things are changing. This is a sign that your manifestations are coming because you're changing. You're changing inside so rapidly. So your outer reality is reflecting that to you. So the universe wants you to know that and anchor into that as you start to see more and more changes happening in your life. That's going to help you feel grounded and help you continue to say yes to moving into these opportunities, which we're going to talk more about what the opportunities actually are in a little while. But the universe wanted me to give you this very clear message and encouragement at the get-go of this reading to be like, it's okay. What's about to happen is it's okay. It's actually great. It's all happening for you, not to you. Also, as you are moving through the coming weeks or even months, call in your tribe, call in your soul family. It's like you don't have to do it all alone. That's what this card says. So lean on others. There's a lot of also connection and opportunity for making money that's going to come through others as you lean on them through this time. So don't be afraid to ask for help, to connect more, to let people into your world and let them know what's going on, to let those people you trust in, the people who can support you in, or to go look for the people who can support you, right? And if you're looking for people who get it and understand the stuff and what you're moving through, you can absolutely come join me inside the Wealth Vibe membership because we have a high vibe, amazing community of just over 100 people in there who are so supportive and supporting one another as we all move through rapid changes, which again, we're all moving through quantum leap rapid changes right now. So we get it. We're right there with you, right? So again, you can come join us at that link in the description below if you want to, if that feels aligned. But really letting the people in who you know you need to let in and who feels aligned to you to let in and support you through this time and to lean on and to talk about all the crazy things that are going to be happening and unfolding for you. So before we get into what the actual opportunities are, I'm going to pull more cards for that because I want that clarity, because these cards were very much a spread of like something really cool is coming, deck 3, but it's going to be like a rocky road getting there, but it's because you're going to be basically quantum leaping into something more and you're going to have to calibrate very quickly, and that can feel very overwhelming in positive or negative ways. And no matter what, the universe just wants you to remember like this mantra of it's happening for me. Everything is always happening for me. It's always working out for me, right? The universe is always working in my favor. Like those sorts of mantras, like leaning into that and anchoring into that after this eclipse, after you watch this video, because that's like so much is going to change so fast and it can be very easy to get swept up in it. And the universe is like, as long as you can not get swept away by it and so overpowered by it, and you can just stay in your power and say yes to whatever's coming and say yes to life and the adventure of it, and lean on others and ask for help. Like, as long as you can stay anchored in this belief of like, it's all happening for me, and not get swept up in all the changes and overwhelmed, then you're going to be able to seize on like some amazing opportunity that's coming your way, which we're going to pull cards for in a moment. What you've been moving from, what you've been doing, what you've been training for, how you've been training for this for a long time is if you think back on the last few months before this video, have you, maybe in the last year or two, maybe 3, 4 with the current eclipse energies, last up to 4 years, I see like last year or two, last several months, up to 4 years, have you seen how you've been calling back your power? How you've maybe been releasing things that do not serve you, how you've been doing deep healing work, especially for you really calling back how you've been coming back to your power, coming back home to yourself, feeling more empowered, doing things or releasing things that allow you to feel more empowered, more capable of what you desire and of creating the wealth and reality you want in this life. Reflect back on that for a minute, right? You can even pause the video here and reflect back on it, but just think about how you've maybe been prepared for some big shift, how you've been preparing, whether consciously or not, for a big shift into more abundance, more prosperity, more success, more whatever, right? Just think of that for a minute, right? Because there's like, you've been preparing for lifetimes, in fact, but even in this lifetime, the last several years, last few months, especially, life has been preparing you, the universe has been preparing you, but also you've been getting ready for something big that maybe a part of you knew was coming, but you didn't maybe consciously know was coming. And that's really cool and exciting to see. So I want to get some cards now for you. We're going to pull some cards for deck 3 about what is the opportunity that's coming. Because our other decks, like the opportunity came up right away, but this felt like a very big, important, like not warning, but like word of advice from the universe of like, remember that it's all working out for you, that this is all happening for you, that I'm bringing you everything after you want. Of course, we have after the storm, right? So I want to know what the opportunity is for deck 3. Ooh, interesting. At least one more card down. Oh my gosh, 3 more fell out for you. All right, you're getting a whole bunch of cards here. Oh, perfect. Okay, conscious connections. Yep, and focus on the light. Oh goodness. Okay. Yeah. Do you see some more? Like, there's some more here of like shock of the new. What did I say about getting swept up in the energy of all this newness that's coming after the storm, right? Like, this eclipse is really opening up this portal where there's just going to be so much transformation, bringing everything that you've been doing to a head, allowing you to truly, what I'm seeing here is you're going to have opportunities for money coming to you through, again, these, like I said earlier, these friends, these people you call in your soul tribe, your community that you lean on during your time of, I want to say during your time of kind of like transition, right? Like your upheaval. Really, as everything in your life starts to shift very rapidly after the eclipse, you're going to find so many more like, you're going to find not only support from others, but what you're going to find is that the people you connect with and the real connections that you make and that you deepen during this kind of upheaval is actually going to lead you to, like, those people are going to have opportunities for you for abundance. Like, they are going to have job opportunities, connections. They're going to have suggestions, insights. Like, I just saw 333 for you. Really, really nice confirmation. You are going to find that a lot of the opportunities for the abundance you desire, that you've been trying to manifest for a while, or that you want, more abundance is available to you through the people around you. Like, you're going to be I get inundated. Ooh, this is part of the overwhelm. You're going to be so inundated with all, like, as things start to shift and there's upheaval, things are transforming rapidly in your life, new things are happening, things are falling away. you're going to, as you're leaning on people through that, you're going to find more and more people who have more and more opportunities for you. And it might even get a little overwhelming at times of how many people are offering you opportunities or asking you to work on this project or saying, hey, I know someone who has a connection at that company if you want to apply for it. It's like you're almost, I get the sense like this hectic energy of like you're not even going to be able to keep up with all the opportunities because there's going to be so many of them. So it's almost like you're going to have a really good problem. After this eclipse, you're going to have the good problem of having too many opportunities to actually take action on. So the universe is saying the things that, like the opportunities that are going to lead to the most abundance are going to be the ones that feel the most light and expansive to you. Those are the ones to focus on. So the way you're going to discern after the eclipse, as things start to, just saw 222 for you, as things start to shift and the eclipse energies subside and you start to see your life, things are falling away, things are moving, things are transforming. And you're leaning on people and you're getting all these invites, all these invitations, all these opportunities, all these offers. I even see you having potentially multiple job offers or having too many clients to handle on your calendar for your business or things like that. But what I'm seeing is that if you get overwhelmed by it, you will self-sabotage it, right? So the way that you don't get overwhelmed is, first of all, remembering it's all happening for you. And yes, you can handle this because you've been calling your power back and training for this for lifetimes, right? But also by focusing on what just feels the most light, the most expansive, the most fun to you, that's what you need to be focusing on, deck 3, and saying yes to those opportunities and releasing the ones that don't. So the opportunities, even if they're like a lot of money, but it feels very heavy, it feels like something you don't really want to do, those are not ones for you to take on, right? You are going to want to really focus on the things that feel light to you. And you're going to want to make sure that you're also taking time to restore and replenish yourself through all of these opportunities. Another 333 for you. Amazing. You're going to want to take time to really restore and replenish yourself and really sit with decisions before you make them on whether or not you're saying yes to any opportunities that are coming through the people around you. But truly, it's almost like the universe is like going to be using the people around you to just like hand deliver you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity for more abundance. Again, job offers, suggestions, ideas they have for you saying, oh, have you ever thought about doing this? Or have you ever thought about offering this in your business or using this marketing strategy? Have you ever, like, oh, I have this friend who knows this person who hires at this company if you want it, or someone saying, hey, come work for me, I want to hire you. Clients reaching out to you, right? Like, you're just gonna be inundated with people. Like I said, it's a very good problem to have, but it's still a quote unquote problem in the fact that you're not going to be able to act on everything. And so you're going to have to use your own discernment. The universe is saying this is actually training you to get more and more in tune with your intuition, with trusting what feels right to you. Because when you have a bunch of great opportunities in front of you, how do you pick? If they're all great or they all could lead to more abundance, how do you pick? How do you choose? 444 for you again. Amazing. Tech 3. How do you pick? There's no way to pick when you have too many good things to pick from. When you have an overflow of abundance, how do you pick? Because you don't have energy to take them all on. You can't do 5 full-time jobs at once. Like, you can't take on 100 clients in a week if you're doing hour-long sessions, right? Like, you have a limit. You have a limit of your energy, of your time. So how do you learn to choose what feels right to you and what the best path is for you? It's by listening to your intuition. It's not by making pros and cons lists, unless that helps you get in tune with your intuition. It's not about what other people think you should do or what your parents think you should do or what your family or friends think you should do. It's not about what society says you should do. All that you have at any given time is your inner guidance, your intuition, that inner voice, that inner knowing. That's all you have. That's what's consistent and constant with you. And the universe is saying this is kind of a training ground where it's giving you all way too much good to help you learn to better listen to your intuition, because it's so much easier to listen to your inner guidance when all the options are great, right? When all the options seem equally, when some seem really good and some don't, it's harder to listen to the ones that maybe don't logically sound as good, but they feel better to you. Like, the universe is making it very easy for you to learn to trust your own inner guidance, because that's going to be needed to get to the next level of success you want. The next level you want is coming from these opportunities that are coming from all these connections. But you're going to have to truly be tapped into and listening to what feels expansive, what feels light, what feels fun, what feels exciting, what feels playful to you, right? Like I said, taking time to tune into your intuition, restore and replenish, sit with decisions before saying yes or no or giving an answer to them, right? So, all right, let's dive into some other cards. I just want more on, I don't know. I was going to say I want more on these opportunities, but there's going to be so many opportunities coming your way that I can't narrow them down. We'd be here forever pulling every single card out of this deck. But I do want to just reiterate, like, because we're going to move on to what gifts and skills might be awakening with you, which again, part of it is the skill of being more in tune with your inner guidance. But deck 3, the big thing is that you're going to have a lot of opportunities you're coming your way, but they're going to come through you letting people in as they support you through your own kind of tumultuous, rapid change in your life. And because you let those people in, you let them get close to you and you get close to them, then they're going to want to bring you opportunities and they're going to think of you when they have opportunities, right? And then you're going to just have like this overflow of opportunities for abundance, for money, for jobs, career, success, all those sorts of things. Let's see. I want to see what gifts you are awakening. So what new money-making skills or even spiritual gifts are awakening that you're going to be able to help you make even more of these opportunities. You have, Transcendence, Ascension, you are rising up. Okay, yes. So I do see definitely some spiritual gifts awakening with you. Oh, yes, of course, because we have third eye activation, brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. I wouldn't be surprised if for some of you, you have more clairvoyancy arriving again. I believe this was something in deck 2. So again, there were some similarities if that one called to you. But I definitely see you developing more of your ability to see beyond, right? Your clairvoyance, your ability to see how things are going to play out for you, what's actually going to be the best choice for you. But you have like, I think you're going to start to see, you're going to start to see more visions of things. You're going to start to have more vivid imagination or even dreams that are going to give you kind of divine guidance. And that's going to help you navigate all of these different choices and opportunities you have and make the most of them. So that's very cool to see. I have divine protection, cut cords, breakthrough energy, and we have sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality. Whenever I kept saying like following what feels light or expansive to you, exciting, first of all, we've sort of light here, but we also, whenever I see sacral chakra, I always think of, because I have a background in human design, that was what I did for a long time in my business. And that sacral center, right? I know it's slightly different from the chakras, but like the sacral center in human design is all about what lights you up and making money. The way you make money is by following when you have a defined sacral center for a generator or MG. And if you don't know human design, don't worry about it. You don't need to receive this message. But the way that when you have a defined sacral center, and for you, I see your sacral center, whether it's defined in your human design chart or not, awakening more. And just this is the kind of message to embody for you. But when you have the sacral center energy, the way you make money is by following what excites you. So again, following what excites you, but you're going to have a heightened sense of knowing what excites you that's going to lead to more abundance, all right? You're going to be able to, I see you being able to not only have more psychic gifts, more clairvoyancy, if that's something that resonates with you and that you choose to kind of tap into and activate, because it's kind of a choice to see and to let yourself see from within and to have that gift activated for many of us, right? It is a choice to allow ourselves to see it, because you have it active is what I'm getting, but you have to allow yourself to see it, and this eclipse is going to help you shift into that. And as things kind of transpire for you with this upheaval, 111 for you, amazing, then you're going to be given more and more opportunities to lean into or deepen your clairvoyant abilities. But also you're going to be able to sense for yourself what needs to happen for you to have breakthroughs. It's this foresight in the sense of like, here's what I need to follow. Here's what excites me that's going to lead to a breakthrough. But also you're going to be able to have this gift for being very easily able to look at somebody and go, I know exactly where you're stuck and I know exactly what you need to do to cut through that and get to where you want to go. This is, by the way, a gift I have in a slightly different form where I can see people's potential so very clearly. And I know exactly what they need to hear or do in order to get to that potential and help them see it in themselves. You're going to have something very similar where you know what people need to hear or do to overcome what they're currently being held back by, whatever roadblocks or challenges they're facing. And that's something that will help you along your way, especially as you're making more connections. You're going to help the people around. Oh, wow, you're probably going to help the people around you who you connect with and lean on, you're going to help them. Because, you know, when we lean on people, they often then lean on us. And it's like, you'll lean on people, you'll ask for help. 2222, amazing. Oh my gosh, the angel numbers are flying for you today. So much confirmation. But as you lean on people more and more, and let people in and let people support you, you'll start to get to know them better as they get to know you. And you're going to see where those people around you are stuck and where they need to cut some ties and what's keeping them from their breakthrough into what they desire. And as you start to share those insights you have, which will happen very naturally, but as you give yourself permission to share those insights, those visions you have for them, this is a big part of what they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. I need to hire you for my team. I need to get you employed at this place and work with me, or I need to pay you for this, right? Like it's going to help open up those opportunities even more, and it's going to serve you well when you do say yes to the opportunities that do light you up, because what an asset that is to any client, any company, right? Like, if you're someone who can easily see what the roadblocks are and what people need to do to overcome them, that's wildly valuable, right? And what a cool new skill to have activating and to start to get in touch with through this eclipse and this rapidly shifting landscape that you're going to be moving through in your life in the coming weeks and months, right? All right, we're going to take some last cards for any last guidance from our Wealthy Woman Oracle deck. Garden of Wealth. A Pathfinder, of course. All right, so I laugh because the Pathfinder card, literally in the deck, when I wrote it, this card was specifically all about following what excites you and knowing that the more you follow what excites you, the more you're led to the abundance you desire. Look where it popped up on the spread, right on top of these cards that we're talking about it. Like, all right. So it's just this clear confirmation of like, this is your guiding light through all the things that are going to shift, and your guiding light through navigating, knowing which opportunities to take, to say yes to as they start coming in and not getting overwhelmed by them, is purely, when in doubt, ask yourself, does this excite me? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, then it's not for you. And you can release it, you can say no to it, you can move on from it, you can suggest tweaks or changes to it. If the answer is yes, this is something that excites me, then it's something to explore, it's something to consider, it's something to potentially just say yes to. Say yes, right? Say yes to what excites you. Oh my goodness. Or it's something to just entertain, right? And to consider. So just a kind of very simple, elegant piece of guidance for you, right? Which is, throughout the next weeks and months to come, ask yourself, with everything, does this excite me? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, go for it. If it's no, don't, or go do something else, or find the thing that does excite you, right? So much is blooming in your life. Deck 3, so much is blooming, so much is coming to a head, but there is a lot of the old that's going to be cleared away, right? And that's, when we have, if you're someone who gardens like me, we have our Garden of Wealth card here. If you garden like I do, you know that sometimes the things you want to sprout, you have to clear away the old, you have to clear away the weeds, you have to clear away the dead plants, you have to clear away the dead leaves, right? Like, you have to clear away sometimes the old to make way for the new, and that's very much what is coming up for you ahead, which is fantastic. It's like, it's a big spring cleaning, almost like a cosmic spring cleaning brought on by the universe over the coming weeks and months for you. And that's really exciting to see. So just remember, navigate your way through it by remembering everything's happening for you. Follow what excites you. Let people in who it feels like an aligned choice to let in the right people to come support you, and see how those people then in turn, you're going to notice your ability to help those people grow and know what they need to do to help them succeed. And then they're going to give back to you with opportunities upon opportunities that you can't even keep up with for abundance. So really, really beautiful, potent stuff going on for you. Deck 3. So that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I love getting to hear your thoughts on these. I try to read as many of the comments as I can, and they truly mean so much to me and help inspire future readings. And you are, of course, welcome, if you're not already, to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. And if you want to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, be sure to do so at the link in the description and pinned comment below. And after you do pre-order your copy, be sure to claim your access to the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I've recorded and I'm giving away for free as a thank you to anyone who pre-orders the deck, or also to anyone who writes a review of the deck if they already have a copy of it. That link is also below to claim that exclusive wealth activation reading. And if you want to come join me inside the Wealth Vibe membership so you can get access to all the resources, support, and especially for you, Deck 3 community, that you need to more easily manifest the wealth that you desire into your life, then I would love to get to connect with you there. The link for the membership is also in the description and pinned comment below. So with all of that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, deck number 4. This is your reading to uncover what money opportunities are opening up for you after we move through this incredibly powerful energy of the upcoming total solar eclipse. I'm also feeling a strong pull to read on any new money-making gifts or skills that might be activated within you or awaken within you during the eclipse. So this will be a really interesting reading. And any time that you watch this video is exactly when you are meant to find it and step into these opportunities and gifts. So we'll start shuffling. We'll move your quartz out of the way. I've told the other piles in this video so far that I'm personally very excited for the energy of the eclipse. I always love, personally, I know I'm a weirdo like this, but I love eclipse and retrograde energies. They're always really fun for me. They provide a lot of powerful insights and kind of leaps into and pushes into new chapters, right? So yeah, also I've been, hello, I've got some cards for you already. I've been quantum leaping daily into my wealthiest timeline as part of the challenge we're currently doing inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. And so I'm just excited to pair that practice with the energy of the eclipse because they're just such potent portals to abundance, right? And to new beginnings and new chapters. So I'm just like, I'm so excited to pair and like quantum leap through the eclipse. And I can't wait to see all the wins myself and the other members of the membership have, because we've already been having a lot of wins from our daily quantum leaping we're doing as this month's challenge. So I can't wait to see how the eclipse impacts that all. And of course, if you want to come join us for that, definitely do so. The link for the Wealth Vibe membership is in the description and in the pinned comment below. Or if you're watching this later, you're welcome to come and join in whatever challenge we are currently doing. Because it is always so powerful in there. So let's see what we have from your cards for what opportunity around money is coming up for you as a result of moving through this kind of eclipse portal. Oh, okay, very interesting cards, deck 4. See if I can fit these all on camera for you. These are really beautiful. Wow. So you're going to have some, whoa, very interesting. This is such different guidance from the other decks. I mean, every pile was so different in this reading, but deck 4. After the eclipse, we're going to start with what opportunities are coming for you, and then we'll kind of go into some of the further explanation of them. I'm going to need to rearrange because these are very big cards, and I want you to see them all. Here's what I'm seeing, which is really cool. Some sort of opportunity or avenue for money that you kind of had written off or thought was long gone, right? That is, something's resurrecting almost for you. In this next, these following days and weeks after the eclipse, or after you see this video after the eclipse, right? There's, it's like resurrecting, coming back to life. There's opportunities that you thought the doors had closed on, paths that you thought you couldn't go down anymore, things that you thought were off limits to you that maybe once you had or you'd missed out on or had kind of resolved, but you really wanted to get back to, especially in your career or finances. And things are coming back now to life for you. Also, I'm seeing that for those of you who, if you've had, like, you've been job hunting with no luck, or you've been in business and things have been stagnant or not growing at the rate you want, that's all changing. Like, things are coming back to life is what I'm seeing, right? Yeah, there's so much about coming out of the darkness, right, in these cards. Coming out, releasing the dark, wound, let love live, listening for the truth, right? We have a lot of darkness in this card here. Visions of life beyond death, like things, again, coming back to like more life beyond the life you thought that something had. And for you with this specific poll that I'm doing, this topic, is it's like those are opportunities that that you thought were no longer available to you or the doors had closed on, those doors are opening back up. That's really cool. So thinking back on things that in the last several years, especially the last 4 years or so, but even possibly beyond that for you, but things that, especially I'm seeing, like around when we went through the pandemic in 2020 and looking at like what doors did you feel like were closed at that time, deck 4, that you really wish weren't closed anymore. Some doors were closed and they're meant to stay closed, right? Some doors won't open back up because they're not meant for you, and it's better that they're closed, and you've probably also come to peace with that and actually enjoy the fact that those doors are closed now. That's led to better things. But I get the sense that there was doors slammed, almost like rudely slammed, like it felt like a slam in the face of like just these doors slamming shut, possibly with the pandemic, possibly otherwise since then. But in the last 4 years where doors have closed that you're like, man, I wish that would come back, and it felt like it never would, but it's coming back, whether in the same form or a slightly different form, but those doors are opening again for you after this eclipse. Really exciting, really cool. And I get the sense these are doors you wanted to open. They're not doors that it's like, you're like, good, I shut that door and I'm done with that. It's like, no, these are doors you wanted to open, and they're reopening to you. They're becoming unlocked again, or those paths are appearing again. So that's really cool. Wow. So, again, taking time, you can pause this video right now, or you can just reflect on this after this reading is done. But the universe is saying just kind of reflect a little bit on what are the things that you felt slipped through your fingers, or things especially in finance or career, particularly for you. Deck 4, what are things that once maybe felt very alive, very vibrant, very successful, things that you enjoyed, that were working, or that were available to you in terms of how money came into you, or how you engaged with it, or how you made it, and that you feel like have been off limits to you or been closed down to you for a while now. Reflect on those things and start looking for opportunities for those things to be coming back to life, back into your life in the next several weeks and months here. That's what's being kind of reawakened, reactivated in a new and better and upgraded way by the eclipse energy. So that's very exciting, very cool. I do see that this is part of your legacy. Like this is these paths that you're kind of meant to revisit, these doorways you're meant to step back through that are opening up for you. This is part of why they're coming back to you and other things won't, right? Like I said, like some doors are meant to stay shut. Part of why they're coming back to you, the things that are meant to come back to you, the doors that are meant to reopen, part of why they're reopening is because they're part of your legacy that you're here to leave, and that you've maybe been working on and building on. And the universe is also saying like part of why those doors were shut were for a while temporary, were to maybe redirect you to learn different things and then be able to come back to these things more deeply, or have these things reemerge in your life. Like when I say things, right, opportunities for money, making money, ways money can come into you, to have those opportunities come back in a more upgraded, up-leveled form. So that's very cool. Yes, any missed opportunities that you've either been missing or that you felt you missed out on are coming back. The ones that are aligned for you, the ones that you really have been hoping for or wishing for, had to kind of like grieve over and release. And through this pivot, this kind of redirect from the universe, you've really created quite a bit in the absence of these things, but now they're coming back, and you with your new up-leveled skills and these opportunities with their new up-leveled forms are just like this recipe for amazing success for you. So this is really, truly beautiful. Yeah, I'm seeing that that you've gone through and you're wrapping up this period of like maybe judging yourself or others or something, or having some sort of resentment that you had to let go of and heal through, of having these opportunities kind of snatched away from you, or feel like these roadblocks came up in your way almost unfairly. And the lessons you've learned specifically from that release, from that healing, are now kind of coming to a head, and you're able to step back into these opportunities, these avenues for money coming to you in really much more intentional and potent and potentially much more prosperous ways. So that's very cool. Yeah, I get the sense it was something that you worked really hard for. Like things that were taken away from you, that roadblocks, like I see for example, I know, because at the time when the pandemic hit, I was in the coaching industry much more. And I saw a lot of people who were doing like retreats, and they made their living through retreats. Those kind of like that became unavailable to them, or certain industries kind of collapsed overnight. And it's just like, if there was anything like that, or anything unrelated to the pandemic, but just otherwise for you, that in the last 4 years feels like was kind of made off limits to you in some way, or snatched away, taken away, the door is slammed shut in your face, like by the universe or by circumstances outside of your control. Like those were things that you rightfully had to heal around and release, because it needed to be healed, right? You needed to go through that in order to then reawaken or reanimate this in your life in a much more potent and profitable way. But it was something that you worked hard to bring it into form. You worked hard on it, and it is part of your legacy, and it wasn't all for nothing. The universe is saying this is all, like, it's all working out for you. It's this divine orchestrated plan that the universe has for you, and that's truly beautiful. So I want to get some more cards here and see what other opportunities, I have this one, are coming up for you, or more of these same, right? Coming together, harmony in the heavens, Pleiadian activation, resolution, right? This is a resolution of a years-long cycle that you've been dealing with, like year or even multiple years, cycle that you've been dealing with around this loss, right? Like, but it's all coming together now. It's all making sense. After this eclipse, you're going to understand, as these opportunities come back into your life in their new upgraded forms and avenues, like, you are going to start to understand why this all happened for you. You're going to have this higher perspective, and you're going to be like, wow, even though that sucked to work through and to have to pivot around and grow through, I'm ultimately so glad I did, because now look at where I am, and now look at how I'm poised for so much more success. Yeah, star gathering, stars aligned. Again, so much alignment. It's like, it's all going to start making sense. Everything you've maybe been struggling with in the past few months and years here, for you, deck 4, like, it's going to all start making sense after this eclipse. This eclipse is bringing to a close a lot of those old cycles and journeys you've been on over the last several years. So that's incredibly exciting. Yeah, soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Again, with our legacy, like this, there's going to be opportunities with these new things, these old things coming back as new, right? Opportunities and avenues for making money, income streams, jobs, things like that, that you once had and are now coming back to you. There's going to be, you're going to see how powerful you are and who you truly are, because you're going to be able to see as you step into these opportunities that feel like home, right? Remembering home, that feel like home to you, but you've become different. You're going to remember you're going to understand who you are on a deeper level than ever before. And we have Emerald Tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. Like, again, I just keep getting, like, your prayers are being answered. All right, deck 4, your prayers are being answered. The things you've been praying for, they're coming in. And it's all coming through, again, just these aren't even new opportunities. It's just more confirmation from the universe of just, like, it's all coming together. Cosmic ordering, like, I can't tell you, like, these cards are so much about, like, it's just divinely aligned. This has all been happening in perfect timing. You've been consciously manifesting so much more than you realize, and it's all been kind of going on behind the scenes. And now things after this eclipse are starting to really come to life again and pop back into your reality. That's very, very exciting. Deck 4. Let's pull from our Wealthy Woman deck. I want to see what gifts are awakening for you. Oh my goodness. The Conduit card. These are gifts that are awakening during this eclipse that you'll start to have access to, that like skills or money making skills or gifts, okay, that are going to help you with really making the most and the most manifesting the most abundance and prosperity from these new old opportunities that are popping up for you and coming back online for you. They're going to help you make this the most profitable you can, but also just gifts that you can monetize as well. So we have the Conduit card. And we have the Giver card, of course. Okay, these are so perfect. So here's what the universe really wants you to understand about some gifts that are coming for you. Before, in the past, whatever you were doing to make money, these old pathways to money that were closed and are now reopening. In the past, they were much more in your mind, like, and this is part of the up level you had to go through and why you were kind of redirected away from them for a while so you could come back to them more intentionally, more powerfully. But in the past, those things were much more about, like in your mind, it was like your focus was like, how do I make money? It doesn't mean you weren't ever trying to help people, but the focus was much more like the making money and the acquisition of money, or the acquisition of success, or getting to where you want to be, or hitting some sort of goal, right? Whether financial or otherwise. What you are leaping into more now, and what these doorways, when these opportunities that are representing themselves to you, and you're walking down these old paths again, but in a new upgraded way, is you're going to find that you have a different perspective on them. Your goals have shifted with them in the time that you've been away from them. And now you are able to bring a much more outward focused energy to them, meaning you're so much more concerned moving through these new opportunities with, how do I give back to others? How do I help others grow? What is the common goal between me and the people that I'm serving, or that I'm working with, or that my work impacts? Those are the things that like is going to be forefront of your mind, is like, how do we, I saw 222 for you, is how do we all win here? How can we all win? Like, you're having this gift emerge of being able to help find win-win situations in any scenario, which is fantastic and incredibly valuable, especially if you're working for a company or with clients. It's like, you are going to find opportunities where you get to prosper and profit, and so do the people that are around you. And it's just win-win for everybody. And that's like, isn't that an interesting gift that we don't often think is a gift, but most people can't see. They only see like their side of the problem, their side of the equation, their goal, instead of being able to find the common goal, the common denominator, the common solution that's going to allow everyone to prosper or benefit. And you are going to have a heightened experience of that and ability to do that moving forward through the eclipse. Like, this is something that's awakening and deepening in you as you move through the eclipse, is, and especially down these old paths, is like, you're going to come in it with this amazing new skill to be able to see a win-win for everybody in almost any given situation, big or small, it doesn't matter. You're going to saw 333 for you. You're going to see these really big opportunities for everyone to win. And that makes you incredibly valuable to clients, to companies, to employers, to the world, right? When you can find win-win solutions where everyone is happy, like, oh my goodness. When you can find ways where people can benefit, where you get to benefit and the people who are paying you get to benefit, oh my goodness, right? Like, you become everyone's favorite employee, everyone's favorite person to hire, everyone's favorite business to work with. Like, when everyone wins, that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to achieve their goals. Everyone wants to have things work out the way they want them to. When you can find ways to make that happen, what an incredible superpower, deck 4. And that's what's awakening for you with this eclipse, and you're going to be able to bring it. It's just, this is why you've learned stuff that it will contribute to this. You've had life shifts, life perspectives in the time that you've been away from those old things that the doors were closed on and are now reopening to. You've learned so much and transformed that now you get to be this beautiful conduit. You get to be this giver. You get to help people truly find a win wherever you find a win. Like, when you win, everyone wins. Wow. That's a great mantra for you to use too as you move forward, deck 4. When I win, everyone wins. Really cool. When everyone wins, I win. So that's really beautiful. Let's pull some more last cards here. See if there's any other gifts awakening. But like, isn't that interesting? I don't think that's ever a gift I've ever channeled for anyone before. And it's not one we would ever think like, oh, that's a superpower. Often we think superpowers or gifts or skills for making money are like, oh, being really good with numbers, or, you know, being able to see the future and clairvoyancy, which we had in some other decks, right? But like, this is also an incredibly valuable superpower. It's just not one we often value or think of, but you have the seeds of it in you if you're not already using it. And whether you do or not, it's going to be activated or deepened in this eclipse. So very, very cool. I like that. All right, let's see. Any last guidance for deck number 4? Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Deck number 4. You are, the universe is saying, don't shrink away from all the growth you have done and undergone, and how amazing you are as you step into these doors that are reopening for you. It's very easy when you kind of go back to something that you used to do to slip back into being who you used to be when you used to do it. But the whole point of why you've been away from it for however long you have been deck 4 is because you were supposed to change so you could come back to it in a more potent, powerful, profitable way. So how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? How are you allowing yourself to revert back to who you used to be? Make sure you're not doing that. Make sure you're keeping an eye out for as you step back into these old avenues for making money, or these old responsibilities, or things you do at work that you used to do that you haven't done, that you loved and you missed and now you get to do them again, or, you know, you go back to an industry you weren't a part of, or a niche, or, you know, whatever it is that you step back into. Make sure it's just that you're stepping back into the actions of it and not into the energy and way of being around it that you used to embody. You're meant to bring all of you and all of your upgraded lessons you've learned and skills you've learned and skills you've awakened into this new old opportunity, right? Any other guidance we have for you? So again, just we have trust your path. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? What, you know, like things are going to be different this time is what the universe is saying, going down the same path. Don't be afraid to open that door if it feels right to you to do it. Once you know it's unlocked again for you, once you know it's available to you, don't be afraid to go down that same path that you went before. As long as you enjoy it, it's going to be different because you're different. All right. You have to understand you're different. So if you're afraid to go back into doing live events after the world closed down, it's like, but you're different. So no matter what happens, you're going to handle things differently. And you have the potential for so much more success and abundance than you ever had before. So keep that in mind. If there's that resistance to going back, you're not moving backwards, you're moving forwards because you're doing the same thing, but in a new upgraded way with the new upgraded version of you that you've stepped into over the last however long, several years for most of you. We have Lemuria creating heaven on earth. It's happening. It's happening. What you want is happening. Prayers are answered, right? You're creating this just dream life for yourself in stepping back into these things in this new, much more up-leveled version of yourself, and stepping back into these old avenues for manifesting wealth. Even when you say creating heaven on earth, like what I just say, you're bringing at the beginning of the reading, you're bringing the dead back, you're bringing life back, you're bringing things back to life that had expired, that had died off in terms of like ways for money to come to you. Heaven on earth, right? Heaven. Like resurrection, you know, life after death. You're seeing such, it's almost going to feel like deja vu at times of how things play out for you, deck 4. But you're going to understand that you're in such a different timeline, a different reality because of who you've become since you've been away from these old money-making opportunities that are now reappearing for you. It's really cool. All right, deck 4, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I love getting to hear your thoughts on these. I truly appreciate and value all of your comments. They mean the world to me. You are, of course, also welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance if you're not already subscribed. And if you want to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, be sure to do so at the link in the description and pinned comment below. And after you pre-order, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I've recorded and I'm giving away for free as a thank you to everyone who pre-orders or to everyone who writes a review of the deck if you already have a copy of it. So the link with instructions on claiming that are all in the description and pinned comment below. And if you want to come join me inside the Wealth Vibe membership so you can get access to all the resources, support, and community you need to more easily manifest the wealth you desire into your life, then I would love to get to connect with you there. The link for that is also below as well. So with all that being said, I am wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye.